Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is my little MG Midget that I'm going to be working on for however long it takes till I either get bored with it or finish it. And then I'll be doing all kinds of fun stuff, like working on radiators, interior, whatever electrical I can handle without breaking stuff. But I figured I'd start making videos. You guys might like to watch that. If you happen to know stuff about this car, feel free to comment on my videos. I'd appreciate it because I'm not a British car specialist or any car specialist really, but I like cars and I like working on them, and I figure YouTube will be fun and it might pay for the parts I'm doing or another project car one day. But I just figured I'd let you know what the channel's about, what kind of stuff I'll be doing, and just you'll be along for the ride of me getting this thing running, because right now it isn't really. Well, kind of, but I'll talk more about that later. But I just figured I'd show you the car, tell you what I'm talking about and what I'll be working on a little bit, and hopefully you guys will be entertained and watch lots of the videos so I could keep doing more and fancier and more expensive stuff. But for now, it's just going to be little projects and just kind of learning and how to work on a car. But hopefully you guys will enjoy, and I'll tell you the story about how I got the car now. So first, let me tell you about how I started YouTube. So about 3.5 years ago, I liked playing video games, so I figured I'd play some car games and kind of whatever worked out and start recording it and uploading it to YouTube. So I did that, got a little success with some stuff. I'm at about 3,000 subscribers now. So I mean, it worked out, and I haven't even uploaded for a year because I kind of got burnt out of playing video games and then just moved on and decided to take a break. So alright, now the story of how I got the car. So it started where we were neighbors with this guy, or him and his wife. He seemed pretty nice. We talked to him here and there. We weren't super close or anything, but we had an okay relationship. Then we found out they were moving away. They went up in Oregon, and we thought that was cool, I guess. I don't know, but they moved. Didn't really think much of it. And then, I don't know, maybe 6 months after they were gone, I didn't even know, he called my dad, said he had a free car for us. And then I'm like, oh, that's cool. Or I didn't find out until my dad told me, because he wanted to make sure before he told me. That way, if it didn't go wrong, he wasn't like, free car, no free car, haha. But yeah. So that was cool. And when we found out, we confirmed it. He told me, and we're like, let's go on a road trip. So we grabbed our little dog, we grabbed our truck and trailer. We didn't even have a car hauler trailer. We just had a hauling trailer, but it was a tiny car, so we're like, hopefully it'll fit. If not, we're kind of screwed, but it ended up working out. So we drove out there. We had no idea what condition the car was going to be in. All we knew was it was an MG Midget and it was red, and that was about it. So we decided to take a little road trip. We had fun. We took our time. We stayed at a really, the sketchiest motel I ever stayed at, but so it was a fun experience. And then, so once we got there, we hung out with him for a little bit. I was just kind of waiting to go see the car, trying to be nice, talking to him, but I was just sitting there for about an hour while my parents chatted with the couple. So that was a long hour. But then after the hour, we finally had to go over to the field and see where the car was parked. So I mean, it wasn't running, but I mean, we didn't expect it to be running because it was sitting for a year. But so we got a look at it. It didn't look horrible at first glance, because I mean, there's a picture of it up right now, and it doesn't look that bad. So I mean, we took it. It wasn't running. We got our little strap out. We pulled it out of that area. We got it on our trailer. Luckily, it fit, because that would have been a little bit of a problem if it didn't, because we weren't exactly close to our house. So we did our drive back. When we got back, we found out the hood wasn't even attached. So good thing that didn't go flying off on the highway. But we made it home. We kind of started checking stuff out. We knew it needed some carburetor work because they were kind of exposed, and then other than that, we didn't know a ton, because I never worked on cars before. My dad never did. My mom never did. So we just kind of winged it. We figured out what we could do. We took it to one shop to get the carburetors done. They didn't know what to do. So then we found a place that works on MGs, specializes in British cars and all that good stuff. So we took it there. We had them do the carburetors. We had them make sure the brakes worked, because I don't know, my parents didn't want me to die if I drove it, but it's probably smart. So then after that, he checked out the whole car, kind of gave me a list of some stuff to do, like a triage of what would be most important. And then he said also he's kind of, don't worry about it. If it's not broke, don't fix it type of thing. So we got it. It needed a water pump to be not overheating. So we drove it for a couple minutes, or my dad did at this point, and I drove it for about a minute just to make sure it worked, and then it started to overheat. So we're we don't want to melt the engine. So we got a water pump. I did some work on it. I got some new hoses to the radiator, and just it worked out pretty good. That was my first kind of workout I did on the car. And that was about all I really did. I got that in. Got the radiator going. It was running fine. I drove it for a half hour. But then there was some noises. I thought I was just bad at shifting because it was my first time driving a stick shift. But then by the time we drove for about 10 minutes, a bolt dug a nice circle into the radiator because it came loose and just kind of popped into it and dug it out. And then we just kind of ended up with a big circle in my radiator. So we had to get the truck and tow it back to our house with a little ratchet strap, but nothing broke, and that's about where it's been for a while, maybe 6 months now, because it's not easy to find a radiator for a 1971 MG Midget. There's one little part website, and I got confused because I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid, or it's difficult, or both, but so we figured that out. You'll see in some upcoming videos I made some progress on that. I won't talk about that yet. You gotta keep that for the video. But that's about where I've been stuck at with it. And then I decided, why not get back into YouTube? Because I know how to edit. I know how to upload on YouTube. And I figured this would be a fun thing to document and just kind of have fun with. And I'll try to stick with it. Hopefully one day I could pay for all the parts they need to buy to get this project done, maybe some other projects down the road. But I do have a daily driver, so if I get really good at working on cars, maybe I do maintenance and I don't know, other fun stuff with that. But for now, I'll just be working on the MG. Hopefully it goes good. I don't get stuck, but get a good following. Then I just be kind of doing that, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching it. I'll try to upload 2 times a week if I can. I'm not going to make any promises because I have work and I procrastinate a lot, but as long as I can stay close to that, I'll be happy and keep you guys entertained. They'll probably be 10 to 20 minute videos. I'm not sure on that yet, but it'll probably just be one little project at a time, just doing as much as I can, whatever I could afford and know how to do without messing it up or having it be a really, really long project. But I'll be doing my stuff, and then there'll probably be a delay in the videos. So if you comment something and I don't make a reaction for 3 months, you'll know why, because it's a pre-recorded thing. It's because everything's going to be different time frames and stuff. But hopefully it will work good, and I'll have some fun, and you guys will enjoy watching it, and we'll see where it goes from there. So once I figured out I was doing YouTube again, I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure I could actually film all this right, because I don't know, I did YouTube, but I didn't do YouTube with a camera before, so I'm like, oh, where else to learn but YouTube? So I started watching some videos on cameras and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, my phone will work. So that was the camera down. Then I'm like, what do I do to make sure the video looks good? So I figured we'd get some lights for our garage, so that we had 2, and they weren't very bright, so I went to the store by myself and just kind of messed around there for a bit and didn't really find anything. I don't know, I talked to a guy and he seemed like he knew what he was doing, but he kind of did, but I didn't know enough. So he told me to get some brighter light bulbs for what we had, and it turns out we already had those. So that was kind of a bust. Then I decided to just bring my dad because, I don't know, dads know stuff like that. So we looked around. We found some nice LED ones that were only a couple bucks more than what we had. So we had all three and they had there, and we're like, how are we gonna put these up so it looks bright? So we found out where we were gonna put them, and then we're like, yeah, we gotta put them there. And luckily we didn't really think about this until we put them up, and they didn't hang too low to get hit by the garage door opener or garage door when it opens, because that's where two of them were going. But it all worked out. We got them up. I had some help from my dad, who has longer arms than I do, which made it nice. And so we did all that. We arranged them right. It looks a lot better than just the darkness it was before. But so that'll make it easier to work on it, and you should be able to see what's going on good in the videos. And that'll be my filming area. But maybe one day I'll film out and about driving and all that. But right now I don't have a driving car, so that's kind of hard to film driving a car. It doesn't work. But I'll get to that after I get some work done here. But then after the lights, I figured maybe I should clean out my little workbench, because my dad has a workbench, but he kind of doesn't like if I put all my stuff on there, which is smart, because I mean, if he needs to do something, and it's good if I need two workbenches for something. But so we had this little shelf I kind of put all the parts I had on there, so I needed to sort that because it was a mess, so I just figured I'd record that too. So I did all that. It was pretty easy for the most part. I just got rid of all the stuff I knew wasn't for the car. Hopefully I didn't get rid of something that was a part, but I mean, I only really got rid of stuff that I knew was either trash or was like not for this model of the car, because it was weird. But because, yeah, the guy we got the car from gave us a good little pile of parts, so they some of them are helpful and some of them were trash, but I mean, it worked out pretty good. So I did all that, just kind of made sure to set up as good as I could be. I've got a drill. I might need to get some more sockets, because we don't have a lot of the British metric stuff, so hopefully that'll work out. But I figured I'd kind of explain the setup process. But so yeah, I just used a little iPhone 11 with 64 gigabytes of storage to film, but so it makes it a little tricky, because I already am having to delete film to make room for more stuff, because I already have other stuff on my phone, because it's my phone. But hopefully in the future I'll get more camera angles and all that good stuff. So, but for now it's just gonna be an iPhone, a little tripod on a stool, and in my garage with the lights that I bought. But it should be good enough where you guys will enjoy watching it, and I'll enjoy recording, and it's good. It's nothing too smart for me to handle, because if I had a really expensive camera I probably wouldn't know how to work it. But I know how to press record on my phone and make sure it's not like tilted halfway sideways or something. But yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy the channel, and I just figured I'd tell you a little bit about the channel, how I got set up, how everything kind of works. And yeah, if you want to subscribe to see what I'm doing, like the video, comment, all that good stuff helps, because I need to eventually make money from this, because I'll run out of money to buy parts. So if you enjoy, keep watching, and if you don't, I don't know why you're at this point in the video, but I mean, hey, I guess you tried it, but good on you for that. But alright, well, hopefully I'll see you in another video, and have a good day, and goodbye.